Continuing coverage tonight as we come on the air. Heartbreaking news after police in Alabama confirmed they found human remains they believe are that of Anaya Blanchard. She's the missing student from Southern Union Community College in Wadley, that's in East Alabama. Police have been searching for Blanchard since October 23rd, and officials say the remains were found in a wooded area. We'll keep an eye on any additional developments about those remains. In the meantime, a third suspect has been arrested and charged in the Blanchard case. David Johnson Jr. was arrested today in Montgomery. He's been charged with hindering prosecution. It came out in court that he lived with the second suspect in Blanchard's case, Antoine Fisher. Fisher, along with Ibrahim Yazid, are facing kidnapping charges. Fisher made his first court appearance today after being arrested on Friday. He was ordered to be held without bond. Also developing tonight, the remains of Taylor Williams, a missing 5-year-old girl from Florida, were positively identified today. Williams was reported missing in Jacksonville by her mother, Brianna Williams, on November 6th. The sheriff's office said Brianna stopped cooperating with them days later. She's in jail on child neglect charges and giving false information to law enforcement, and she's being held on a $1.1 million bond. She's due in court in December.
It is a real problem when we just look for one thing. But it's amazing how it stirs people's fear and it draws all that attention.
Human trafficking is a prevalent issue in Middle Georgia due to our central location and accessibility through major roadways. Now, some in the community have linked through social media posts shared thousands of times the issue of human trafficking to white vans. Now, there's a scientific reason behind our inclination to quickly post these white vans to our feeds.
Psychologically, it's called confirmation bias. It's an efficiency for sort of narrowing down the complexity of our life. You buy a new car, and then all of a sudden, you see that car all over the place, and you hadn't even noticed it before. So when somebody raises our attention about a thing, we begin to see it more.
In the next half hour, we'll show you how this bias might prevent vital clues of human trafficking from being detected. Well, recently, the state of Georgia was awarded an A grade on the strength of its laws to combat sex trafficking. That's an improvement from the B grade received last year and the C from the first report card in 2011. The award comes from Shared Hope International. Human trafficking is an initiative First Lady Marty Kemp has tackled since her husband, Governor Brian Kemp, was elected. She's praised the new rating, calling it a major accomplishment for the state, but says the work isn't finished. She goes on to say, we'll continue to fight to dismantle this criminal enterprise and restore the lives of the countless victims. All right, boy, another chilly night shaping up across Middle Georgia. Jeff Cox is tracking the falling temperatures in the Skywatch Weather Center. Jeff, good evening to you.
Aaron, good evening to you and good evening, everyone. Certainly a chilly night shaping up across the mid-state. It's already cold tonight, and we've still got the rest of the night to go. Look at the latest numbers just in. Dublin, you're already down to 36. Gray, you're at 38. It's just now 10 o'clock, so we've got a clear sky and a calm wind, and boy, that's allowing these temperatures to drop like a rock. 40 in Macon, 42 in Warner Robins. If you're an early riser Tuesday, no doubt about it, you'll need the winter jacket. So here's our day planner, and the 39 may be wishful thinking. Let's see, my graphics jumped ahead on me there. That 39 may be wishful thinking. Mid-50s by lunchtime, up around 60 for 5 o'clock. So overall, the day looks pretty nice with a mix of sun and clouds by the afternoon. But based on the current cooling trend, we may have to reevaluate our forecast of 39 at 8 o'clock. All right, coming up in just a bit, we've got a rain chance for the middle part of the week. I'd say have the umbrella ready, but if you don't need it, don't be surprised. We'll walk you through it hour by hour. You'll see what I mean. We'll have the national maps as we look ahead to Thanksgiving and all the travel that you may be doing. And what about some rain this weekend? I think the short answer is it's possible, but when and for how long, and how does it impact your plans? We'll break it down, plus your 10-day forecast. That's coming up in just a bit.
All right, Jeff, we'll see you then. A violent weekend across Macon. 4 shootings, 2 armed robberies, and 2 people are dead. One of the victims is 18-year-old Antoine Williams. Evangelist Tamika Prouty says her and her husband started a traveling ministry in Macon. Prouty says this was when she met Williams and says that he quickly became like family to her and her husband. The Bibb County Sheriff's Office says Williams was shot multiple times.
Antoine, very lovable, very fun, such a sweetheart. his goal was to be a rapper one day, and so you would see him making beats and rapping.
And Williams' homicide remains under investigation. New tonight, a topic we've brought to you for the past month continues to develop. There was a special called meeting in Warner Robins today to discuss the charter. WGXA's Jayla Whitfield was there and continues to track the updates on this. Jayla.
Aaron, that's right. For over a month now, the charter has been a main topic of discussion. Now, what I can tell you is a charter is a set of guidelines that the city of Warner Robins abides by. And that charter review calls for some discussion because there were some problems found in it. Today, community members got to voice their concerns.
If you're going to make a charter change, any kind of change in the charter, you need to do something that'll stand the test of time.
The state asked for and received a review of the Warner Robins Charter by the University of Georgia's Carl Vinson Institute. It compares the city to others across the state.
Anytime you keep the masses dummied down, we cannot be informed. And it's not right, it's not fair.
Today, residents were given the opportunity to voice their concerns about the charter. They say they haven't been properly informed about the possible changes.
Let's put it out there for people to look at, form a council, make an informed decision, not a stupid one that we're going to live with for the rest of our life.
Mayor Randy Tom says the Warner Robins website will be updated by tomorrow with the report of the charter review for residents to access.
It seems like we're rushing at the very end of a big change in our seats to make, a historical change in our city.
Many residents agree that the process to make amends to the charter feels rushed.
I don't think doing it in a month is going to get the job done.
Randy Tom says the decision won't be rushed. State legislators don't start session until sometime in January.
So we still have time, even after the new council members get in office, to have more discussions.
Although the council will make recommendations to change the charter, they don't have the final say.
Unanimously agreed to some changes. I certainly think they would, consider those highly, but they can, they have the final say so.
Now, a possible change to that charter could include adding a city administrator or changing up the delegation of power within the government. We'll continue to update you as we learn more, but for now, in the control room, Jayla Whitfield.
All right, Jayla, thanks. DNA test kits can reveal more than just one's ancestry. Just ahead, why one woman says she has buyer's remorse.